If you do not stand for something, you will fall for everything. If you do not have goals and you do not have things that you want to achieve, personal goals on your own, by yourself, not group work, not teamwork, you will perish. Hi my loves, happy new year and welcome to the first sit down of the year. My name is Bubila Joame for those who don't know, and if you clicked on this video, you were at the right place at the right time and you're gonna wanna stay. In fact, you've already stayed, so do the right thing and hit that subscribe button to become a part of our family. And if you're returning, you know I love you, I appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and hit that notification bell because baby. So as you have seen from the title of this video, we are talking about vision boarding, okay? And I've gotten this question a lot from a few of my friends who are asking me because they saw last year I had a vision board, how did you do it, what would you recommend, and so on and so forth. So I'm here, okay? And I know a lot of people have been waiting for this video because I did mention it last year that I was gonna make this video, but we're here now. And yeah, let's get into it. I've written down some of my notes, and yeah, let's just talk about it. Before we even go anywhere, I want to know, are you creating a vision board? Have you created one? Did you download pictures from Pinterest, cut them print them and cut them, stick them? Did you make a digital one? Do you know how to use Canva? Well, yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. But in this video, I will be showing you two different methods of how you should make a vision board, and most importantly, why you need a vision board this year for sure. Okay. And before anyone asks me in the comment section about a prayer board, I am going to do a separate video, most probably after this one, about how to create your own prayer board, what is a prayer board, and so forth. I haven't made mine either, so we're going to do it together, okay? I'm so sorry about the noise in the background, but I am shooting during the day and it's hot, my windows are open, there's really nothing I can do about the noise that's coming from outside. But yeah, let's get into it. Vision boarding is important because it helps us to focus and to align and to act intentionally about our lives. It's basically like a blueprint as to how to go about the year. Now, some of you are asking yourself, but God is the one who has the plans for us, like he says in Jeremiah, that he has plans to prosper us. Then how am I creating a vision board when God is the one who plans? And a lot of people like to say we plan but God decides, and that is so true. But I want to tell you what exactly is a vision board, because I think that's where people are losing it. What exactly is a vision board? A vision board doesn't take over from what God has planned in your life, but rather it is a visual representation of what God has spoken to you about your life for the year, for the next 6 months, for the next 3 months. Vision board can be for the year, for a week. Literally, I have a vision board, mini vision boards for different aspects of my life. For example, if you're graduating, you have like a lot of people refer to them as mood boards, as to when you think you're going to be graduating, what you're going to be wearing, your outfit and all of that. That is a vision board where you know that this is a particular event that will take place in my life, therefore I am preparing for it, and this is what I would like for it to look like. When you create a vision board prayerfully, you are not just dreaming, you are seeking God's direction. This ensures that your goals are rooted in his purpose for your life rather than your own personal ambition. What do I mean by this? In Psalm 37 verse 4, it says, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. So a vision board is a representation of the desires of your heart. A lot of people misinterpret the fact that we put things on vision boards. It's saying, God, you know my heart, and this is what it looks like, and I would like your help in doing this and completing these tasks. A vision board does not in any way limit God, but rather it is a visual representation of the things that are in your heart's desires. A vision board makes your vision tangible. Writing down or visualizing your goals makes them real and actionable. A vision board serves as a constant reminder of what you are working towards with God and what God has placed in your heart to achieve. So basically, a vision board is a visual representation of what God has placed in your heart. These are the things that you know God has called you to do. Now the question is, how do you know these things? Where do they come from? You don't just wake up and all of a sudden you know. Well, the answer, I don't have a simpler way. The best thing that I can tell you is that you need to be in relation with God. You need to be talking with God on a daily basis so that you can hear his voice when he talks about the plans that he has for you. So a vision board will then be taken from that quiet place, from that prayer time, from that fasting that you had with God, and then put visually on a piece of paper or however you choose to do it, whether be it in the form of a to-do list. This year they're doing bingo cards, whatever works for you. But first you need to have had a conversation with God. You cannot simply just pick pictures on Pinterest because they look aesthetic and say that's what you're going to do this year. It needs to be something that God has placed in your heart, something that you have been called for. That's why a lot of people create their vision boards in the beginning of the year, because this is the time when we go into fasting, into prayer, into isolation to get closer to God, so that we know what it is that God has planned for us for that year. You cannot just make a vision board on a whim. You cannot watch this video today and wake up tomorrow and cut pieces of paper, get on Canva and make a vision board and print it. I am telling you that you have to get into a time of isolation and a time of seeking God and wanting to be nearer to God so that he can tell you the things that he has planned for you this year. A vision board is not just something you feel, I feel like this year I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna, because let me tell you something, his ways are higher than our ways and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. So you need to go to the source in order for you to know what it is that your vision board should look like. All right, and the most famous verse that is associated with vision boarding is Habakkuk 2 verse 2. It says, write the vision down and make it plain on the tablets, right? So where is this vision coming from? Like I've said, from God. And he's saying, write it down and make it as simple as you possibly can. And what's simpler than a bunch of pictures? Like no words, no limits on God, just to say, God has called me this year to graduate. Graduation count on my vision board. God has called me this year to get married. When an amandwendwe and your cows on your vision board. God has called me this year to buy a house. God has told me, he has promised me that this year I'm going to buy a house. A picture with your keys there. God has told me this year that I'm going to get that car. A picture of your dream car. And it's also understanding that these are examples. They are not what it will look like for you. Not in any way. It might not even come close. You must enlarge God's territory and allow him to work. This is just a visual representation of what you think it might look like. It's not exactly what it's going to look like. Remember, we serve an awesome God. We serve a faithful God. We serve uNkulunkulu mayenza kwenzeke. So don't limit him. Don't limit him. Then when he tells you that you need to go buy a Mercedes-Benz, don't limit him, okay? Alright, so a vision board boosts motivation and accountability. Having a visual representation of your goals keeps you motivated, especially during moments of doubt. It is also a tool to measure your progress and realign you when necessary. Imagine you have this vision board. For example, I stick it in my wardrobe near where I do my skincare every day. I stand there every day, morning and night. I stand there and I see it every day. So imagine when you've lost hope or when you've taken a wrong turn, it's there to remind you, to say, remember the goal, remember the vision, remember this is the plan, remember this is where we are going. So it's very important for you to keep it where you can see it, so that you can allow it to bring you back to yourself when you have lost your way. One thing that has to be on everyone's vision board, if you are Christian, is getting closer to God. And imagine having a visual representation of a Bible, of someone at church praising, worshiping in your vision board, and you see that every day. Will it not inspire you? Will it not push you to go back to church? Will it not inspire you to open your Bible? You see what I mean? So it will always be something to bring you back to yourself, bring you closer to you, and remind you of the goal. You know, the 7 habits of highly effective people, one of them says you must begin with the end in mind. It is very, very important for you to have the vision, to see what the finish line could look like. This is the direction that we are going, and this will always help you to come back when you are lost, to bring you back from a place of doubt, to re-motivate you when you feel like you don't have that motivation, when you feel like you've lost it, when you feel like you don't even know what it is that you're doing. It'll bring you back to you. Oh, like, as you can see, I am passionate about vision boards. I have had a vision board for the past 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, and it started off as something very, like, I just did it and I put it as my wallpaper on my phone, and a lot of the things didn't happen that year, or a lot of things that I put on my vision board didn't happen last year either, but it was always a reminder of why I do the things that I do, of why I study as hard as I do, of why I sit every morning in front of my laptop and job hunt the way that I do, when every other day I receive a "we regret to inform you." It helped me to visualize where I was going on the days where I felt so lost and so confused, and I felt so heartbroken that my life wasn't looking the way that I thought. But it was a reminder that it's gonna get better, you know, that the dream is there. So yeah, in Proverbs 29:18, it says, without vision the people will perish. They will perish. If you do not know where you're going, you don't know why you're called, it's not a conversation that you've had with God before to say, what's my purpose? You will surely perish. If you do not stand for something, you will fall for everything. If you do not have goals and you do not have things that you want to achieve, personal goals on your own, by yourself, not group work, not teamwork, you will perish. Because you will watch people reach their full potential and you're idling. You have your hands in a lot of pies. You don't know what it is that you should be doing. Oh, I think I want to be here. Oh, I think I want to do this. You will perish. You will die. And God is going to ask you what you did with the time that He gave you. And you will not be able to account because you don't even know what it was that you were supposed to do. Oh. A vision board reflects faith and hope. Right? Vision boarding is an act of faith. Oh, it says, God, I trust you to guide me and to provide as I step into the plans that you have for me. It also helps to build hope as you focus on the promises of God in the future. Hebrews 11 verse 1 says, faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. Having a vision board is saying, I believe in what God can do. I believe in the God that I serve, and He is more than able to do above, exceedingly above and beyond what I could ever imagine, beyond my wildest dreams. It's putting a Mercedes-Benz on your vision board, knowing that you don't afford it right now. and saying, I know God one day is going to put me in this car because He is faithful. Now, I want to remind you guys that a vision board is not just about material things, about achievements. It is also about self. For example, if you like discipline, just write the word discipline on your vision board and ask God to help you to be disciplined. That's it. It doesn't have to be about you asking for things. Rather, it's about you asking for help to say, I am walking this route and I don't know where you want me to go. And it is putting footprints on your vision board to say, God, direct me. So it can be about anything. You can make a vision board about anything. Anything. Right? And a vision board cultivates gratitude. A vision board isn't just about the future. It's also a way to reflect on what God has already done and where He is leading you next. It helps to cultivate gratitude, encourage resilience, and reliance on Him for every step. In essence, a vision board is more than just a tool. It's an intentional act of aligning your dreams with God's purpose and trusting Him to lead you along the way. A vision board, imagine looking back on your vision board in December and saying, I did that. I wish I had it close by. I was looking at my last year's vision board. I might not have achieved everything that's on there, but I've ticked off some things, and it makes me so happy when I look at myself. It's like when you complete a to-do list, you're like, oh my gosh, I did all of those things myself. God brought me through and I pushed and I did all of those things. So it's a nice tool to reflect on when you look back 5 years from now to say, this was my 2024 vision board and I'm living in it and I'm moving in it, and God has heard me. He heard my cry. He knows my heart's desires. Guys, I cannot advocate enough for a vision board and its importance. Now, I want to talk about how it can be daunting for a lot of people when you're not a paper person. That's why I'm going to show you 2 forms of vision boards. You pick your struggle. Some people don't like printing, cutting, and pasting. Oh my God. I can imagine when you're not creative like that, or it's not something that you see yourself doing, skip it. I'll show you how to use Canva and how to make an easy, simple vision board real quick. It doesn't even take time. You don't have to know everything. You just have to pick your pictures on Pinterest and put them together. But I'll also take the time to do my vision board with paper. I have printed a few pictures and I will be sharing some of my vision board, not all of it, because some of the things God has placed in my heart, He has asked me to keep them private. Now, a lot of people have the question of, should people be sharing their vision boards? If you go on TikTok, people are cutting and pasting on camera. Our faves are doing their vision boards on camera. Should you do the same? No. Sometimes when you're starting something, you should keep it private. In our culture, when you have a newborn baby, sometimes you don't even announce your pregnancy until the child is born. And even when the child is born, you don't share it with the world. Allow God to work in you. Another reason why I don't like people sharing their vision boards is because people talk and people are very opinionated. And if you are a person who is in your people-pleasing era and you haven't figured out your way out, people will twist your goals and twist your plans and twist what God has given you and make it their own, and you will end up living your life based on what they have said and not what God has given you. So hush up a little bit, keep it private, don't tell anybody, don't show anybody, stick it in a private place if you're gonna print it out, keep it as your wallpaper in your phone, just keep it as private as you possibly can and allow God to work on you so that you can achieve those things. I am simply sharing my vision board as a way of encouraging you guys to create your own. You do not know when I turn off this camera if I take that vision board and I chuck it away and I actually have my own private vision board. You don't know what it is that people are doing, so don't try to be like others to share your things online. so that people can see. The Bible says, do not do your acts of God to be seen by men, but rather go into a secret place, and talk to Him privately. Keep some of your things private for yourself, work on them for yourself, and build your relationship with God for yourself, because people will change your mind. People will change your mind. People will change your goals for you. People want to live your life for you. So be careful. So yeah, but if you want to share it, really, it's not a train smash. Our God works in wonders. He doesn't care who is trying to do what. If it's meant for you, it'll be yours, right? So yeah, I would really love to see more and more people creating vision boards and spending that time with God to ask Him, Father, what is it that you want for me? What is it that you want me to do? Where is it that you want to see me? A lot of the time we do not realize that we were created by a perfect God. He is perfect, and He created us in His image, and He wants us to remember that we are everything and more, and we are enough. And what more to remind you than a vision board to say you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you daily, that His mercies are new every morning, and He wants to see you win. Those plans are to prosper you, they are not to harm you. So yeah, I want to share one more scripture that will sum all of this up, and it's Matthew 6:33, and it says, but seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all things will be added to you. That's it. To seek Him first, and a vision board will be proof of the things that He wants to add unto you. And when your vision board comes to fruition, those are the things that He has added unto you, because you seeked Him first. You looked for Him first in the little things, and you said, God, what is it that you want me to do? And He added more. He did more than what you would have done. He gave you His strength to go through it, to do it, so that you can do it better than what you would have done. So seek Him first. Before you even start going on Pinterest to look at pictures, just sit down and be quiet and say, God, I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is that you want me to go. I don't know who are the people that you want me to meet. I don't know what are the things that you want me to achieve this year. But I'm coming to you to say, it's you that I want. That's it. And everything else will follow, I can guarantee. One day, one of these days, I will share with you guys a beautiful testimony about my vision board from last year, and how God works in His own timing, and how faithful He is. But yeah, guys, let's get to doing these vision boards. Let's cut papers first, and then we'll do the digital one. I will screen record and do a voiceover explaining everything. But yeah, I'm so excited to see you guys. Please don't forget to tell me in the comments, do you have a vision board? What are some of the things you feel God has called you to do this year? Are you excited about it? If you are not going to do a vision board, have I changed your mind? Please do let me know in the comment section down below. Let's get cutting. So for your digital vision board, you're going to need Pinterest, Canva, and Instagram. So obviously, after you've jotted down your goals, written down the plan, had that conversation with God, now it's time to find pictures that speak to that. Look to pictures that represents closely what it could look like. We're not saying it's going to be like that exactly, but close enough. You can search, you can scroll through Pinterest, just find at least 5 pictures in each category. So if you're saying fitness, then 5 fitness pictures. Then if it's relationships, then 5 relationship pictures. Work, 5 work pictures, etc. And then you just save, you download, screenshot, whatever works for you. And then from there on, that is where the magic begins. But like I've said, you need a lot of pictures, so take your time. It can take days for you to find pictures. It can take weeks. It's okay. Take your time. Find the pictures that will look really nice for you. And give yourself a little over a week to really work on your vision board. And if you find a better picture, replace a picture or 2 on your vision board. Get creative. This is a form of art, a form of expression. So take your time, because you are stuck with this vision board for an entire year, and you're probably going to have to stick it on the wall and look at it every day. So make sure it's real pretty. Okay. So now you're going to open Canva, and the first thing you're going to do is search for a template. I wanted to say you can create a vision board from scratch, but it takes a lot of work, so rather find a template that really resonates with you. Click on that, and then we will be replacing pictures on that rather than starting from scratch. This will give you an idea of where to put pictures, which one's small, big, and all of that. It'll just give you structure rather than starting from scratch. So once you've found the one that you like, it's really easy. You tap on the picture, you click replace, you go in the pictures on your gallery, and you replace it with the picture that you like. It's so simple. You can do it in your sleep. You can also do it from scratch and have your blank canvas and just work from there. But like I said, it's definitely going to be a lot of work. So just replacing pictures like this is so easy to do, and it's so convenient because it has structure. You can choose a portrait one, a landscape one. You can choose one that has some decorative shapes and squirrels and stuff on it, and just take it from there. Really, what I've been saying is just take your time, get acquainted with all of these apps, with Canva, like I said, with Pinterest. Take your time, see what you like, see what you don't like, and just work on it from there. Now on the top right corner, we're going to click save and save our vision boards, and then we'll take them over to Instagram and turn it, if it's landscape, and keep it upright. If it's portrait, make it slightly smaller. When you go on Instagram, you click the 3 dots for menu, and then you click cut. When you click on cut, you click on a picture, it'll remove the background and you will be left with whatever's on the picture. So you can add more detail to your collage, those little knickknacks, that you want to add, just for aesthetic purposes, or pictures that you felt couldn't fit, but they'll fit if you just make them a little bit smaller or you outline them, and then you save it, and there you have it, set it as your wallpaper. And I wish you all the best for your 2025 vision, because it will happen, you bet.